Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I offer my humble obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Before reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author of Srimad Bhagavatam. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in the classes on Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the Personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. Today is very, very special day, the auspicious appearance day of Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Treta Yuga, as an ideal king, ideal son, ideal husband, ideal brother, ideal in every aspect, Maryada Purushottam Lord Ramachandra. We'll sing two nice verses which I shared in the groups also, so you can also try. Shri Ramachandra Charanau Manasa Smarami Shri Ramachandra Charanau Vachasa Grinami Shri Ramachandra Charanau Shirasa Namami Shri Ramachandra Charanau Sharanam Prapadye. With my mind I remember about the lotus feet, the name, form, qualities of Lord Ram. With my words I glorify and praise the wonderful name, form, qualities and the lotus feet of Lord Ram. I bow my head, I offer my humble obeisance at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, and I take full shelter of the Supreme Lord, Lord Sri Ramachandra's lotus feet. And what happens to one who does that? That's mentioned in the another verse. Bharjanam bhava bijanam arjanam sukha sampadam tarjanam yamadutanam rama rameti garjanam. One who roars like a lion the names of Lord Rama, the pastime of Lord Rama. Three things happen to that person. Number one, the seed of repeated birth and death is completely fried. That means that person does not take birth again. Number two, not just after going back home or after this life, even during this life one attains happiness, arjanam sukha sampadam, happiness and opulence. Number three, tarjanam yamadutanam, one is not afraid of yamadutas. In fact, yamadutas don't approach a sincere devotee of Lord Ram. To whom? Who is Garjanam Rama Ramiti, who is glorifying the names of Lord Rama, the name, form, qualities of Lord Rama. So we are very, very fortunate, although we, in this situation can't go to temples and can't meet physically, but we are very fortunate that we are getting this physical, this virtual association through online technology, and getting chance to congregate every day. So I was thinking of discussing some pastimes of Lord Rama. Should we start directly or should we read one verse and then start? Any suggestions?
Where is this from, these two slokas?
This is from Ram Raksha Stotra, Prabhuji. I posted in the groups.
Thank you.
Thank you. Should we read one verse and then discuss some pastimes, or should we directly jump to the pastimes?
Pastime, Prabhuji.
Pastime. Okay. Okay. Well, the story of Lord Ram is Ramayana, and he is the ideal king, the ideal brother, ideal son, ideal in every aspect. There are so many pastimes, of course, we cannot cover, even touch a few in the limited time. But like we did during Gaur Purnima, I'll share a pastime, and then we will take some lessons or reflections from that pastime. So, the first story I'll share is about the great devotee Shabari. Shabari was born in the Shabarkul, which is very low class externally. And often people say, can you show me God? So the Shabari stories shows how can we see God, not through our blunt eyes, but the process of bhakti which Shabari rendered. So Shabari was, born in low class, and they were eating meat and stuff, and her day of marriage had come, and there were a lot of goats had been brought, and they were all supposed to be offered to the guest who had come. And then Shabari had this natural compassion that what are these goats for? And then she was told that these are for your marriage. Then Shabari said, if my marriage would lead to suffering of all these people, then there is no use. So she ran away the night before the marriage. And she ran away to the ashram of Matanga Rishi, who was a great devotee, yogi. And she served the spiritual master. She had no external qualification, no high birth, no learning, no beauty, no wealth. She was completely akinchana. And the hermitage of that sage was such that because of his spiritual power, the deers and the lions and the cows would drink water in the pond at the same time. That means they would give away their natural proclivity or enemy. Like a deer and a lion, they're not friends. As soon as the lion sees the deer, the lion will try to kill or eat the deer when he is hungry. But in the ashram of sage Matanga, that was not there. Same as Lord Chaitanya in the forest of Jharikanda, the lions and the tigers were embracing each other, which shows that when focus is Krishna consciousness, one gives up the envious propensity. So Shabari started to serve first without the knowledge of Matanga Rishi. She would, get up early at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., clean the ashram so that she can be accepted by the spiritual master. Same story of Narottam Das Thakur, same story of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. They would clean after their spiritual master without even the knowledge of the spiritual master, which shows that a disciple does not want a lot of name, fame, attention. So Shabari was doing that. And then Matanga Rishi found out ultimately who's there doing and found and accepted Shabari as his disciple. And she started serving in the ashram and all. And finally, when Matanga Rishi was giving away his body, going back home, Shabari said, I can't bear the separation from the spiritual master. Please take me along. She says, and then Matanga Rishi said that, oh dear Shabari, I had to give up this body to see the Divine Lord. But you are so fortunate that the Lord will come to see you because of your sincere devotion. Which again and again tells us this lesson, wherever yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tisthami narada. Mata Yashoda was also churning butter and singing bhajans, singing the name form qualities of Krishna, and then Krishna comes in and comes in the lap of Mata Yashoda. There are so many such pastimes. Wherever Krishna Katha is going on, Rama Katha is going on, Lord Ram wants to come there. Lord Ram wants to come in the heart of the devotee. He likes to be bound in the heart of the devotee. Bhaktya mam abhijananti. Mad bhakti baddham. So many verses explain this point that he is hankering for devotion. And Shabari was given a special benediction that, oh Shabari, the flowers you pick won't go stale. The berries you picked won't go bad. And every day she was doing for many, many years, as if that day would be the day of when Lord Ram could come. Because she had firm faith in the words of her spiritual master, that the words of the spiritual master cannot go wrong. He has told me that Lord Ram will come and see me. Lord Ram will come in the ashram. So she was eagerly waiting every day, as if, what if my Lord comes? I want to be ready to serve him. So she was picking flowers, patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. She was picking phula, flowers, and patram, pushpam, phalam, the berries. And she was tasting every berry, because a devotee wants to offer the best. Of course, we should not imitate this. The lesson is to pick the best for the Lord, to choose the best, and the whole focus was to please the Lord. So she was tasting the berry only with one intention: I want to give the best to my Lord, the sweet berries. And she was patiently doing that every day. Now some other rishis and yogis and babas would pass by and say, Shabari, what are you doing? Do you think the Lord will come and see you? See, we are so scholarly. We chant so big, hi-fi mantras. Will the Lord come to see you? Those rishis and so-called babas would often make fun of Shabari, would often, put her down. But Shabari said, please don't walk on this way. I'm making this way laden with each and every flower of love and devotion for my dear Lord, Lord Rama. So please take another way. Please don't mess this way. She would humble herself and request, please take another way. And then finally they would leave. And she was totally mad in the love of Lord Ram, mad in the service of Lord Ram, mad in the service of the spiritual master. And then a day finally came that she was waiting for. Lord Ram did come. And then Shabari's joy had no bounds. That was the day she was waiting for through entire life. And as soon as she met Lord Ram, she remembered her spiritual master, that how glorious is my spiritual master. It's not that she forgot her spiritual master. It's a great sign of devotion and a true disciple. So, long story short, this story shows a lot of qualities of Shabari. And finally, Lord Ram was very, very happy. Lord Ram accepts the service, the fruits, the flowers offered by Shabari, and instructs her in the process of bhakti. And then finally Shabari gets delivered. So let's take some reflections or some qualities of Shabari which inspired you. And there are a lot of qualities, so you can quickly take some qualities, some lessons which we can learn from this story, and then move to the next one. Anyone would like to share? Everyone can share one quality or one reflection.
Hare Krishna, this is Bhadra. Dandavat everybody. See, for the bhakti, you don't require any education or anything. Doesn't matter. You can be angutha chap. But the point is that, excuse me, she had the faith in the order of her spiritual, or in the faith in her spiritual master, that she just followed many years, just doing the same service. And at the same time, not just that, but she was cleaning every day her pathway for coming to her hut, because she was any time the Lord can come. So she was keeping that pathway clean every day.
Thank you, Prabhu.
And the same thing was applied by Srila Prabhupada had said about the old lady. She was in the Brajavasis, she was bringing the water every day for bathing the Radha Damodar from Jamuna, whether it's hot or cold. So the Prabhupada said that she's going to go back to Godhead. So it's like that. They continue with whatever service is given. That is, they just go on with that service without deviation. Then Krishna will take care of that. I have more to say, but...
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. You mentioned a lot of qualities. Everyone can share one quality, so everyone gets a chance to speak. So I think you mentioned about service attitude and the faith in the spiritual master. Thank you, Prabhu. Anyone else would like to share a quality which inspired you?
Yeah, she showed a lot of humility, and she wasn't deterred by the people who were trying to discourage her. Like, all the learned scholars and all, they're probably laughing at her. But she didn't care. She kept to the path of bhakti and devotion day after day. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Very nice. Tolerance from criticism, tolerance from mockery by others. They were calling her mad. Yes, she was mad in love for Krishna or Lord Rama. So she didn't get affected. Very nice lesson. Anyone else?
We have been, Haribol Dandavats, we have been really focusing on theme of always thinking of the Lord. So we read about Ravana, Shishupal, Dantavakra, etc. Always thinking about Lord in negative way, and this is the best way to think of Lord in positive way. So always thinking of offering Him fruit, flower, and always have this confidence that He is coming and we need to be ready and qualified to serve Him. So if there's no other agenda, just to serve Him, then those two things really help. Always think of serving and always think that I have to serve right now. Back to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji. Such a nice point. She was 24 hours absorbed in the thoughts of Lord Ram and her spiritual master, Matanga Rishi. And thinking every day as the last day. Often we say, I think someone's clock is ticking or something is going on. Yeah. I humbly request to keep your phones on mute, otherwise I have to go and see whose phone is ringing or what. And then mute it, and then just distracts the focus. So always thinking that this day could be the last day and one day would be that true. So Shabari was thinking like that. Yes, my Lord could come any day. So it's a great lesson, and often it is said in the chanting seminars, etc., to chant as if today is our last day, or today that hour we are chanting is our last hour. that will help us to be more focused. Very nice point. Anyone else has any other lessons?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Shabari did not go searching all around the world for the Lord. She was very strict in her sadhana, and she made the Lord want to see her, not she demanding to see the Lord. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's the exact statement of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Don't try to see Krishna, try to serve Krishna so that Krishna wants to see you. So, very nice lesson. And of course, she was doing that under the guidance of the spiritual master. Very nice. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranama, glory to Srila Prabhupada. I think her patience and simplicity really draws me. Like she didn't get agitated that, oh, it's been so many years, I haven't seen the Lord, and she didn't give up. She was constant in her practice, and it's her simplicity of her heart that really express her love with so much devotion. So thank you.
Very nice point. Thank you, Mataji. You said the patience, right? Patience, determination, not giving up. Because often we start the spiritual process and we say, oh, it's been 5 years, I've been doing, nothing is happening. Shabari had firm faith. My spiritual master has told, certainly this will come. If we also have firm faith in the words of Prabhupada, Prabhupada has told, you do your best, chanting 16 rounds, following regulative principles, certainly Krishna will come and take us, or we'll go back home, back to Godhead. So that faith, that patience, very nice point. Any other last point?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. So I think, you covered very well. So Mother Shabari actually, Lakshmana did not eat those berries, but Rama ate. And when the war happened, Lakshmana fainted, and he asked after getting up, like how Rama did not, get affected. And Rama said, when I was in ashram, I ate the berries and you did not eat them. Those berries were, medically, I think active, and that actually prevented. So he also said that the devotees offering is, a great to the Lord. And whatever we offer with love and devotion, Lord accepts it as it is. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice. Just one last lesson is that she had a lot of lolyam, greed, spiritual greed, not material greed, eager anticipation, utkantha. With raised neck she would see, when will my Lord come? Eagerness, utsaha, nishchaya, dharya. She was exemplifying everything. There's a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita which says, Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita mati kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyati tatra lolyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukriti na labhyati. Pure devotional service and Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by pious activity in hundreds and thousands of lives. It can be attained only by paying one price. Eka mulyam. What is that mulyam? Lolyam. Intense greed to obtain it. If it is available somewhere, then one must purchase without delay. In short, it is not available anywhere because the price is lolyam. Eka mulyam. So many wonderful lessons to learn from this great devotee. Another such great devotee is Jatayu. Jatayu was the friend of Jasharat Maharaj. And before kidnapping of Mother Sita, Jatayu met Lord Ram in Panchavati. And Jatayu said, there are many terrible Rakshasas in this forest, but I will give up my life to protect you and Mother Sita if I have to. That is the perfection of life, to give up the life remembering the Lord's name, and doing service to Lord Ram and Mother Sita. So finally we know the story how Ravana kidnapped Mother Sita, and Jatayu meets Ravana on the way. And Sita Mata says to Jatayu, Jatayu, you are old. Your strength is limited. Ravana is very powerful. Please, you won't be able to sustain. Don't try to fight with Ravana. Just tell Lord Ram about my situation, so that at least you can, communicate the message. Be practical often, But Jatayu said, what is success and what is failure? If I die protecting you, that is success. If I, sit hand on hand and not do anything, that is failure. So what is success, what is failure does not matter by external calculation. In spiritual life, certainly not. In spiritual life, what matters is the intent and the consciousness with which we do service. In material life, the results matter. Let's say if someone is very, very talented, and one has done, 4 years of studies to pass some exam, like, many exams take, long year, like CA or MBBS, or if that person does not go to give the exam, will the teachers or the professor say, oh, somehow he couldn't give the exam, but he's very talented, he did a lot of, effort? No. It's futile. But in spiritual life, the service is more important, the effort is more important. So Jatayu fought very valiantly. It was a fierce battle between Jatayu and Ravana. Jatayu, though he was old and he was weaponless, he did not have, bow, arrows, swords, or any other, astra, shastra. And Ravana was young, had a lot of mystical powers, arrows, bows, and swords. But Jatayu smashed the chariot into pieces, the flag, the bow, and Jatayu bit pieces of Ravana's flesh and cut 10 of his hands also. Not worrying for success or failure, not worrying what will happen to me. But finally, Ravana took out his sword and in great anger cut off the wings, and Jatayu was laying in the pool of blood. And then Mata Sita embraced Jatayu as a father, because she was Dashrath Maharaj's brother, friend, and said, "Oh Lord Ram, look at this old brother. He has laid his life to protect me. Please shower your great blessings upon this person." The same story with how Radharani showers her great mercy upon the jackal in the hole, on some boys of Vraja who were trying to burn and play with the jackal or torture the jackal. And Radharani called Lalita Sakhi, please go bring that jackal. In the same way, Mother Sita, full of compassion for Jatayu, prayed for her safety. What is real safety? To go back home, back to Godhead. What is real duty? Real duty is to awaken attraction for Krishna. Jatayu may externally seem to be dying, externally seem to not be successful in his mission to protect Mother Sita. But in the eyes of Lord Ram, Jatayu and Hanuman are same, because they both did their best, like the famous story of Hanuman and the squirrel or the spider. In the eyes of Lord Ram, one who does one's best, the Lord is very pleased. So finally Lord Ram and Lakshmana reached to that spot, and they saw Jatayu lying in the pool of the blood. And Jatayu narrates the whole story, that how Lord Ram, how this Ravana and fight and all that. At that point, Ram embraced Jatayu. Lord Ram embraced Jatayu and massaging every limb of his body, rolled in the dust of that great devotee who was lying and was so discomforted by the whole situation, so in lamentation that my dear devotee has laid his life just to protect Mother Sita. Just to give some comfort, Lord Ram shot an arrow on the ground, and the water from the ground comes to the mouth of Jatayu's. And the same passing away, pretty much like Bhishma Pitama. Over there also Arjuna puts an arrow in the ground and the water comes. He is also completely focused on Lord Krishna, Bhishma Pitama, and here Jatayu is in the arms of Lord Ram. And these are the final moments. Antakale chamami vasmaran muktva kalevaram. Jatayu began coughing with great quantities of blood and chanting the holy names of Lord Ram and Sita on his lips. Beholding the beautiful form of the Lord in the lap of Lord Ram, Jatayu gave his body. What could be a glorious death than that? What could be a more glorious death? What could be a more glorious passing away? Nothing more, nothing better than that. Lord Ram wept for Jatayu and loved Jatayu than his own father Dashrath Maharaj. The exile, Lord Ram speaks this, the exile of the forest was not as painful, my dear Jatayu. The death of my father Dashrath Maharaj was not as painful. And even the kidnapping of Sita was not as painful as the death of my dear friend Jatayu, who sacrificed his life for my sake to protect my wife. It is impossible for me to repay the debt for a devotee like Jatayu. These are the words of Lord Ram. And finally Lakshmana arranges for a royal funeral pyre, and Lord Ram is doing the final rites. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is doing the final rites. Jatayu gave up his body in the lap of Lord Ram. What could be more fortune? So finally, Jatayu goes back home, back to the eternal Vaikuntha planets. And the lesson here is that Jatayu wants to unite Mother Sita and Rama, and Ravana wants to selfishly enjoy the energy of Lord Rama and separate. So what are we trying to do? Are we trying to use the energy of the Lord and in the service of Lord, or are we trying to use the energy of the Lord? And energy could be in any way. It could be wealth, it could be family, it could be other position, power, etc. Are we trying to use it away from Lord Ram or his service, or are we trying to integrate that in the service of Lord Ram? So, very, very wonderful pastime. So much to learn, so many beautiful lessons. Anyone would like to share some key points or any reflections, any quick lessons?
Hare Krishna. According to Valmiki Ramayana, because I'm believe me, for last 1 week I'm reading it and hearing the lectures. Jatayu is Gita, it's considered to be lower animal. And Jatayu was very, very old. Very old. And I don't know about, you mentioned about he had met in Pancholi. That's, I'm not sure about that part. Because Jatayu, of course, he was a friend of Dasratha, and he saw the person taking away the lady, and she was calling out. So she was calling out for help. So Jatayu is hearing that sound, Now if some other person was there on his place, he would say, well, I'm too old, how can I go there, how can I kill, how can I save this lady? But he had that from faith. He understood somehow or other who he was, and then he tried to fight with Ravana. He fought to have a long time with Ravana, and he didn't have any weapon, but Ravana had a sword, and Ravana cut off. So when Ram and Lakshman came there, then they saw this Gita Jatayu lying, and then Jatayu told what happened. And at that time, Lord could have saved him, and could have given him the new body, because Ram is the Lord. But Jatayu said, no, I would rather live by chanting your glories and I'd rather leave this body instead of, having revive my bodily future in this life. So he left in presence of Ram. Thank you. So that was the point, that he had that service attitude to the lady who is demon is taking away this lady, and he had that, he saw and he fought without considering his age. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share any lesson from Jatayu's episode?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, in Maharaj's lecture I've heard that Jatayu lost but he won, but Ravana, he must have won with Jatayu but he lost. So here we see that the results of our endeavor is not important, because finally the Lord only sees if we are sincerely doing devotional service. And Jatayu did this service very sincerely. Even though he couldn't stop Ravana from taking Mother Sita, he still won. Thank you.
Very nice lesson, Prabhu. Thank you. The effort, the enthusiasm is more important in spiritual life. Very nice. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. So there's so many beautiful teaching points here, and you already mentioned, Vibhishana Prabhuji mentioned another beautiful point. So Prabhupada proved, and here also we see the Jatayu, that age is not a factor at all to execute devotional service. Getting old or older is not an excuse not to serve the Lord or not to do our regular principles or upavas or anything. Whatever possible we should try to do, and Lord will definitely help us to carry on. Back to Prabhuji.
Thank you. Very nice point. That age is not a parameter. Being human is also not a parameter, because Jatayu was not in a human body. He was in a vulture body. And beauty is not a parameter. Vultures are not very beautiful either. No one wants to have a pet vulture. And scholarship and learning we learned from Shabari's story. That's not a parameter. Wealth is not a parameter. The parameter, as I said, is utsaha, volume, the greed to serve, enthusiasm, sincerity, determination, focus. Very nice lesson. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. The last story we'll discuss for today is the surrender of Vibhishana. So the scene is the Lord Ram and his monkey party, the Vanar has reached on the opposite side of the Indian Ocean, and there comes Vibhishana flying, gives up the association of Ravana, or Ravana kicks him out, that you are a drohi, you are not on our side, you are on Rama's side, get out of here. So he was kicked out. And with folded palms, Vibhishana is coming on the side of the other side of the Indian Ocean. And the monkeys and everyone, Angad, Hanuman, Sugriva, etc., are sitting and they're thinking, who's this person? And everyone is having a conference. What should we do with him? So someone says, let's kill him, because he is coming from the opposite camp. Let's kill him. Someone says, Sugriva says that maybe you should tie him. So monkeys have different opinion there, and it's a great lesson how unity in diversity, individuals, different opinions. Hanuman says, I think he's Vibhishana. When I went to Lanka, he was the one who said that a Duta, a messenger, should not be killed. When Ravana proposed to kill, of course he could not kill Hanuman, but that was so he is actually a devotee, so we must not kill him. He's a nice person actually. And his daughter Trijita used to help Sita. So, but there is like some, some disagreements going on. Finally, Lord Ram says, can I say something? Okay. The Lord Ram is Supreme Lord, is showing great qualities. Each and every lesson of Ramayana, each and every story of Lord Ram is full of so many lessons. We just heard 2 of those stories in brief. So many lessons in each story. So Lord Ram says that when one is asking for shelter, we don't take the person's examination. Even if Ravana comes now and asks, for forgiveness, I'll forgive him. Okay. And finally, there's a famous verse which Lord Ram says, Sakradeva prapannaya tav asmi iti yachate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dadami etad vratam mama. That means Sakra, this word multiple times that has come in the Bhagavatam also. Even once someone says, Eva prapannaya tav asmi, oh my Lord, I am yours. Yachna, ye yachna karta hai. That means one cries from the heart, my Lord, I have been wandering in zillions of species and millions and zillions of planets, up and down in this hurricane. Now I have come to this understanding by the causeless mercy of the spiritual master that I am your eternal servant. I beg unto your lotus feet. Sri Ramachandra Charanam Sharanam Prapadde. I am yours. Please accept me. If one does this yachna, if one begs at the lotus feet of the Lord Ram like this, what does Lord Ram say? Lord Ram says, Abhayam, I give him fearlessness. Sarva Bhutebhyo, not just to my friends only. Sarva Bhutebhyo, anyone, whether in a human species or animal species or enemy or whatever, because we are just reading this section. Lord Ram doesn't think anyone as his enemy, but people think like that. Hiranyakashipu was thinking him to be his enemy. Ravana was thinking him to be his enemy, but not, Lord Rama. Dadami etad vratam mama. This is my solemn vow. This is my vrata, vachan. Just if someone says from the heart, I am yours. And this verse has come in so many different forms, paraphrased multiple times. So on this day of Ram Navami, we should also introspect and try to develop a relationship with the Supreme Lord. Try to learn from these wonderful pastimes, and from our heart bow down at the lotus feet of Lord Ram, and from the heart cry out that, oh my Lord, I am yours. I was wandering in this birth and death cycle, thinking asatya asatya kori mani, thinking asatya asatya, thinking, oh, my wealth will give me happiness, my wife and children will give me happiness, my beauty or bank balance will give happiness. I was thinking asatya asatya, but the real satya is param satyam satyam param satyam, is Hari Namayeva Kevalam. The real shelter is you and your holy name. So today I offer myself unto you. Please accept me as your servant. Then Lord Ram accepted. And finally Sugriva says, well, Sugriva was not very happy. Sugriva said, like, Lord Ram, I told you to bind him, and you're embracing him. So this is the charm shloka of Ramayana actually. Lord Ram said, I did what you said. You told him to bind. You told me to bind him. And I bound him in my arms, in arms of my devotion, in the love of my devotional service. Because if I embrace someone, then that person cannot leave. That's the love of Lord Ram. So, when the Jiva takes the shelter of the Supreme Lord, nothing to worry. And Lord Ram at that very point declared him as Lankesh, as the ruler of Lanka. Well, the fight has not yet started. Someone asked Lord Ram, what if Ravana comes? Now you have declared Vibhishana as the king of Lanka. Where will Ravana go if he takes your shelter? He says, my dear Bharat, is very, very kind. If I ask him, I'll make Ravana the king of Ayodhya. He won't say no. And he says, what about Bharat? He says, devotees like Bharat and Hanuman, etc., I will make them the king of the city, of the temple of my heart, the city of devotion. They will rule my heart. Krishna, the devotees want to be bound by Krishna, and Krishna wants to be bound by his devotees. Krishna wants to be ruled by his devotees, and the devotees want to be ruled by Krishna. That is their sweet reciprocal relationship. It's a very, very sweet pastimes. Let's start to share these 2-3 pastimes. So we can meditate upon these pastimes. They're like every pastime and is so sweet, so much nectar, so many lessons for a sadhaka. Anyone wants to share any comment or before we end today's discussion? Okay. So I sincerely from my heart wish everyone a very, very happy Ram Navami to you and to all your dear ones, your relatives, friends, family, etc. May this Ram Navami bring us closer to the lotus feet of Lord Rama, and may we increase our surrender, our enthusiasm, our lolyam, our intensity of service with more faith, with more devotion, with more sadhu sangha, with more sadhu seva. How these devotees like Vibhishana, Jatayu, Shabari, Sugriva, Kevata, Bharat, Lakshmana, Shatrughna, so many examples. Ramayana is full of that, showed by their examples. So we can also try to absorb more, and may this Ram Navami bring us closer to the lotus feet of Sri Guru and Sri Lord Ramchandra. Sri Ramachandra, Shri Ram Navami Mahamahotsav ki jai. Shri Ram Navami Mahamahotsav ki jai. Shri Ram Navami Mahamahotsav ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.